holy crap, I'm $110,000 in credit card debt. No, it was never that much. It was nothing ridiculous like that.
Right.
But yeah, it's that whole thing of like, saving for the future is basically you're kind of rugging yourself of something today, but you're trying to get something more in the future. If you spend money on education, you spend money on like getting sales skills, or sometimes, I mean, here's a bit of a sacrifice that guys never want to make, but it's tough. It's just like, this is why we always preach about the red pill. Shout out to Rolo. But like, at 18, your value is very low. It's just, an 18-year-old chick,
you're poor,
value is very high. You are down. This is why they send all the 18-year-olds to die in war. That's how much society values you. Why aren't they sending all the women at 18? All the.
Well, it's also physical fitness.
Like, why you're allowed at 17 with the parent slip to go into the military, whatever branch you go to go die in a war, right? Like that's why, because your value is the lowest for society at the time.
Well, but physically the highest value for society in terms of, you can do it all,
Correct.
But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just talking about it on that side, but you're right. But physically speaking, like, oh, bro, it's incredible. Like, just like, how a girl is energetic and stuff, like at 18, you're just as energetic. I remember myself at 19, I was like, oh my God, infinite energy. Holy, when I think about it now and how I feel, and like,
well, that's the thing. Like, old people always, like, when you get like start getting a bit old or whatever, and then like you start like understanding what old people were trying to tell you in your 20s, you're like, oh, right. Like, because it's hard to understand.
Because energy and youth level, we're the same. 18-year-old girl, 18-year-old dude, same energy, same youth, same like a person, a woman's not worth more than a man. A man's not worth more than a woman. We are equal, whether religiously under the eyes of God, but in society, we are the same. We're equal. Like, human life is equal to human life, right? But as a sexual marketplace value, that's a little different. And then there's sort of like a societal marketplace value, which society, of course, has S&V attached to that. And that's why the young males are both able as well as more disposable at that age.
Well, but the interesting thing as well is that's what makes them able to take more risk as well, because back when people do those things, like, would you rather have $100 right now, or would you rather have one Bitcoin, right? And whenever they ask that, to the what do you call it, girls versus guys or whatever, a lot of the times, the majority of time the girls will take the $100. But I think like when Bitcoin was just a couple $1,000s or whatever, they mentioned that the guy was like told the girl, he's like, no, it's worth a few $1,000s. You can take the Bitcoin. She still took the $100. But like, it's the same kind of like psychology of like, just in terms of delayed gratification, right? It's like, do you want one handbag today that you buy off of your, what do you call it, your income, right? Or do you want to invest that income and then in 6 months you get 4 handbags?